Question number 1 is a piecewise function. It is asked to write the piecewise function that describes what the instructor charges. We let C of B represent the cost for each participant in a per month basis that the instructor charges. Here are the conditions. If P is greater than 0 but is less than or equal to 15, 500 will be charged per participant. Second condition, if P is greater than 15 but is less than or equal to 30, 400 will be charged per participant. Lastly, if P is greater than 30, then 350 will be charged per participant.
Degamon, Montealto. I'm Degamon from 11th STEM MARCONI, and I will be solving now for number 2, where number 2 asks for the piecewise function that describes the weekly pay in terms of the number of hours you work. So it says here nga, for our first condition, if you work for 40 hours a week at most, so 40 hours a week at most, that should be 40 is greater than or equal to H. And if you work for more than at most 40 hours a week, you'll be earning 45 pesos an hour. So that will be 45H if H is less than or equal to 40. So if you were absent, that should be 0, right? So count 0 as one of the hour na lang. So in short, this will be our first condition na lang, 45H if H is greater than or equal to 0 and 40 is greater than or equal to H. For our second condition, this is quite tricky because it says here nga 1.5 times the hourly wage for the hourly wage, which is 45 pesos, 1.5 times 45 for the extra hours if you work for more than 40 hours a week. So emphasis for the extra hours, not the whole hour, not the whole week nga ni work ka. So the extra hours, so that will be 41 and above. So for example 45, so if you work for 45 hours, ang naray overtime na is the 5 hours because that's 45 minus 40, so 5 hours. So that should be 5 times 45 times 1.5. So inana na to pag solve. So automatically our constant will be 45 times 40 because 45 pesos per hour for 40 hours a week man. So that will be our minimum for our second condition. So that will be 45 times 40, so automatically 1,800 for our constant. And if you work for more than 40 hours, so this will be our 1.5 times the hourly wage, which is 45 pesos per hour. So 1.5 times 45, that's 67.5. Then H, if you will work for more than 40 hours a week. So this will be our second condition, and overall this will be our answer. 45H if H is greater than or equal to 0 and 40 is greater than or equal to H, and 1,800 plus 67.5H if we will work for more than 40 hours, which is H is greater than 40. That would be all, ma'am. Thank you.
Number 3. Area of a side is equals to S squared radical 3 over 4. So first, let's find the value of having a side 8 inches. So area is equals to 8 squared radical 3 over 4. So 8 squared is equals to 64 radical 3 over 4. And then we simplify the numerator and denominator. So the common factor is 4. Then 64 divided by 4 is equals to 16. So the answer is 16 radical 3. For the second one, let's find the area of having a side 6 inches. So same process. So area is equals to 6 squared radical 3 over 4. And then 6 squared is equals to 36. And then 36 divided by 4 is equals to 9 radical 3. Number 4. D is equals to n over 2 times n minus 3. So first substitute the value of D. So 77 is equals to n over 2 times n minus 3. And then we multiply both sides by 2 to cancel out the fraction. So 2 times 77 is equals to 154 is equals to n times n minus 3. And then we multiply the n times n minus 3. So it's 154 is equals to n squared minus negative 3n. And then we equate it to 0. So transpose the 154 and then it becomes negative. So n squared minus 3n minus 154. And then we factor it out by groupings. So factor by groupings, and we will have the n plus 11 times n minus 14. Then both x's are, we should equate it to 0. So n plus 11, so n is equals to negative 11. So we call it extraneous solution because it's negative and can't be applied in the solution. And the second answer is n minus 14, then equate it to 0, so n is equals to 14. So 14 is the answer.
Word problem number 5. 1/6 of a number is 3 less than 1/2 of the same number. What is the number? So we let x be the number, and the equation we can derive from this word problem would be x over 6 is equals to x over 2 minus 3. We get the LCD, which is 6. Multiply it to each terms, we get x is equals to 6x over 2 minus 18. Since we can still divide 6x over 2, we get x is equals to 3x minus 18. Combine like terms, transpose 3x becomes negative 3x. Negative 3x plus x is equals 18 becomes negative 2x is equals to negative 18. Divide with negative 2 to cancel negative 2 in x, and same with the other side. And the final answer would be x is equals to 9.
Number 6. X minus 2 minus 1 over x plus 1 is equals to 1/3. So first combine the like terms in the numerator. So x minus 3 over x plus 1 is equals to 1/3. And then you equate it to 0. So transpose 1/3. So it will become negative 1/3. And then find the LCD. So the LCD is 3 times x plus 1. Then the numerator will be x times x minus 3 minus x plus 1. And then you multiply it. You simplify further the numerator, so it will become 3x minus 9 minus x minus 1 is equals to 0. And then combine the like terms again, so 2x minus 10. And then we transpose negative 10, so it will become positive 10. So 2x is equals to 10, then simplify. So 2x divided by 2 is equals to x, then 10 halves is equals to 5. So the x will be 5. So since the x is 5, so the numerator and denominator is 5. And then it is said that the numerator is less than 2 by its denominator, so 5 minus 2 is equals to 3. So the answer is 3/5.
Word problem number 7. Aris can paint a room in 5.5 hours. His brother can do the same job in 7.5 hours. How long will it take them to paint the room together? Since there are mixed fractions, we convert them into improper fractions. And then the equation we derive from this word problem would be 1 over 11 over 2 plus 1 over 15 over 2 is equals to 1 over x. We get the LCD, which is 165x. We multiply it to each terms. And then we get the answer 30x plus 22x is equals to 165. Since there are like terms, we can still add them. It becomes 52x is equals to 165. We divide it with 52 to cancel 52 in x, and we do the same thing in the other side. We get x is equals to 165 over 52. And then the final answer would be x is equals to 3.17. Therefore, we conclude that it will take them 3.17 hours to paint the room together.
Question number 8 is a rational equation. It is asked on how long would it take for Mike to do the repainting alone. Here are the given. 1 over m represents Mike's, plus 1 over 3m is for Miguel's. We have 3 in the denominator because Mike is 3 times faster than Miguel. 1 over 4 if they work together. Now let's take the LCD. LCD is 12m. Now divide 12m to every term. It will result to 12 plus 4 is equals to 3m. Add 12 plus 4 is equals to 16. We have now 16 is equals to 3m. Divide both sides by 3. Cancel, and now we have 16 over 3. M is equals to 16 over 3. Therefore, we can say that it would take 16 over 3 days for Mike to finish or to do the repainting alone. Number 9 is a rational equation. It is asked if what was Mr. Santa's speed at the first part of the trip. Values of d, r, and t. First r is x and the second is x minus 7. Since the speed has reduced by 7, both time is 2 hours and the total distance is 206 kilometers. You may use the d or r dt triangle. Now multiply r and t. We have now 2x and 2 times the quantity of x minus 7 or 2x minus 14. Our equation will now be 2x plus 2x minus 14 is equals to 206. Combine like terms, 2x plus 2x is 4x. Transpose negative 14. We have 206 plus 14 is equals to 220. Divide both sides by 4. X is equals to 55. To check, just simply substitute the value of x to our equation. Therefore, Mr. Santa's speed in the first part of the trip is 55 kilometers per hour.
Today, Montealto, once again, I am Degamon from 11th time MARCONI, and today I'll be solving number 10, where number 10 asks for how many hours will they be 2,250 kilometers apart. Okay, so ang clue word na to here is apart. So notice that their speed is constant. The other one is 450 kilometers per hour, and the slower one is 300 kilometers per hour. So their speed is constant na. So automatically, we will just subtract their distances for the first hour. So for the first hour, the distance of the faster plane is 450 kilometers because that's 450 times 1, and for the slower plane that's 350 kilometers per hour times 1 hour. So that should be 300 kilometers. 450 minus 300 kilometers. So for the first hour, okay, so for the first hour they will be 150 kilometers apart. Okay, they will be 150 kilometers apart for the first hour. So automatically, our equation looks like this. So 150H equals 2,250. So divided by 150 both sides. So cancel automatically. So H will be equal to 15. So after 15 hours, they will be 2,250 kilometers apart. So the answer will be 15 hours. That would be all, ma'am. Thank you.